We have updated news on Spider-Man 4, and we're going to get into what that news is right now. Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man Far From Home. You know, we've got 3 blockbuster franchise building movies within the Spiderverse starring Tom Holland, and you know, they're pretty much universally loved. And we've got news of Spider-Man 4, according to journalist Jeff Snyder, and it is around a potential filming date that looks like it's going to be hopefully filming in September or October of this year. So that's good news. But what is interesting is there's some other news that came out that broke around the same time, that the 3rd season of the HBO Max series Euphoria, starring Zendaya, who is otherwise known as MJ in the Spider-Man movies, has been put on hold. So you got to think that there is some linkage to Zendaya returning to the Spider-Verse with Tom Holland. And the first thing I think about with that, and you tell me what you think, is we ended the last movie, No Way Home, with her losing her memory of Peter being Spider-Man, or even of Peter Parker at all. Mm-hmm. And I think that's interesting where you could take that in the next few movies. But if you bring her back and you try to give them this happy ending,
it's too early to do that.
Yeah, it's concerning. Another thing that's concerning is it's also been reported, various trades have reported that the director of No Way Home, Homecoming, and Far From Home, John Watts, is not returning to direct this movie.
Yeah, it's not good.
And that's a red flag. And more of a red flag is the name that could be replacing him is none other than Justin Lin, who did a bunch of the Fast and Furious movies, none of which I liked, and Star Trek Beyond that I hated. And so that, you know, that deal's not inked. There's nothing official, as you like to say. It's all rumor until something's official. So hopefully that does not become the director. But if it is, that's another red flag. And then they've got to get into what is the plot line? You know, as we just talked about, are they going to go down the multiverse angle and bring in Miles Morales, which there have been rumors around Miles Morales? I think that's a mistake. What do you think about the multiverse? I think it's been done to death. People are tired of it.
Well, Miles Morales already has a multiverse movie. So, I mean, I don't see the concept of that. If you put him in the MCU, are you going to make him a side character, or is he going to replace Peter? I mean, if he replaces Peter, I think that's gonna kill him.
Now, you know what they're going to say? Well, there was a multiverse in the last movie with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, and it made almost $2 billion. That's true, but how often can you go back to the well? So I would rather see, you know, this back and forth with Sony's Tom Rothman and Kevin Feige of Marvel around the multiverse versus a more scaled down story, which I would like to see with a new villain and Peter's journey without MJ and his friends.
Well, it looks like they gave him the opportunity to be the Spider-Man that you're more familiar with. Instead of him being an Iron Man fanboy, it was the opportunity for him to be his own character his own hero. And
that's what I want to see.
Yeah, it looks like they're taking that away.
Now, we do know that the writers for this movie, the Spider-Man 4 movie, currently are Chris McKenna and Eric Summers, who did No Way Home, which would lend credence to maybe continuing a multiverse story. But I hope that's not the case. The movie was good that they wrote, and I hope they're going to go down a different road and tell a new story, because at some point Tom Holland, you could tell he's kind of getting a little burnt out on it, right?
It doesn't seem like he's that excited to do it anymore. But.
Yeah, so they've got to come up with something challenging and daring. And look, I mean, Spider-Man's one of the biggest IPs in the world. And so, you know, wanted to bring that to you. Final thoughts, I mean, you know, you're going to wait till you see a trailer to kind of have excitement around what this movie's going to be.
Yeah, I love Spider-Man as a character. I just think I want to see the trailer and where they go with it. I mean, there's still the MCU as a whole right now. I don't care about. So I mean,
right.
There are signs that maybe some things could be turned around.
Spider-Man's the one thing working for him in Deadpool.
Yeah, well, we still haven't seen the Disney version yet. So.
Right.
But I am excited about the X-Men, and Spider-Man is the only character they really have on the roster that's active right now that I care about.
Right.
Outside of Deadpool, who hasn't had the movie come out yet, but all the other stuff they canceled a bunch of movies, but I mean,
they're not canceling Spider-Man. They're full throttle with this, but look, we're going to cover it as the news comes out, the casting, the villain choices, whether Miles Morales is in it or not. We're going to be here to cover it because Spider-Man's a big deal. So let us know what you think. Are you excited for this? Spider-Man 4, the new iteration. Are you excited for MJ to come back and what her role is going to be with Peter Parker? Let us know what you think. While you're doing that, smash that like button, hit the notifications bell for future content, and most importantly, hit subscribe so we can continue to grow our channel. And TCB.